Hello, this is a quick video just on how to arrange your alphabet in the Photopea app. So once you've done the majority or all of your edits for your letters for the Urban Alphabet project, you can then use Photopea to start arranging. So I'm going to type Photopea into the internet again, and you'll click on there. I've already got it open here. So I'm going to go to File, New. We're going to load up a background document that we're going to put things into. So if you go to here and go to print, you can pick A4. So that's going to be our page size. We press create and you get your page there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some of my letters now. So I need to open them. So I'm going to go to open, and this is my edits folder. So you can start seeing that I've started to edit some of these, cropping them down, boosting some of the color or the brightness. So I'll open my A first, and you'll notice that it opens in a separate tab. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that across to my new document. So I'm on this tab currently. I'm pressing Control A for select all. Brings up a box around the outside. Control C to copy. Click onto my new project, my background layer, and press Control V. And you'll notice that I have my new layer here. Now this is going to start getting a little bit more complicated when I start adding more letters. So I'm going to start naming them straight away. So I'll double click on there, and I'm just going to call it A. And then I'm going to change the size of it. So I go to Edit, Free Transform, brings up my box. Now what I don't want to do is squish the letter too much or stretch it. So I'm going to hold Shift, grab the corner. That allows me to reduce the size, but it keeps the sides in ratio to each other. So I'm going to start with my A in the corner here. And I'm just visually trying to leave myself enough space for about 5 letters to go across there. I'm happy with that. I'm going to press Enter, and then I'll bring in the next letter. So I can close the A off here because I no longer need that. Now I've already got it saved, so I don't need to save that again. I go to File, Open. It brings up my edit folder again, and I'll pick my B letter, so we'll bring that in. And again, Control A, Control C, move over to the other screen, Control V to paste. Similarly, I'm going to name it, so when I get more than a couple of letters in here, it'll be a little bit more easy to control. I'll know which layer is which. And then again, go to Edit, Free Transform, and the box will appear. Now what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to hover this, move it over so the corner up here matches with the corner of the A. What I'm trying to do is get these the same size, or at least roughly the same size. So I'm going to hold Shift again, grab the corner here, reduce it down until I start seeing the A, and I want to keep it the same height. The A is slightly wider than the B, but that's fine. I'm going to hit Enter, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm on my Move tool here. Then I can pick it up and move it and start placing it. So you can start building that up. So I'll just continue with a couple more. Just going through the same motions. Now I think you can also open more at a time if you want, but it might get a little bit more confusing for you. So I'm just going to hold Control and pick the ones that I want to use. Now I took more than one of some of the letters. So I've got 2 E's there, a couple of D's there. So I've purposefully done that so I can pick which ones look best. So I'm going to pick these 2 and just open those. So they open separately. I'll start with the C, so we go in alphabetical order. Control A, Control C, move over to here, Control V. Double click on there, call it C. Go to Edit, Free Transform. Okay, so I didn't make sure that I was on the right layer there, so I'm going to do that again. I'm going to click on that one, then go to Edit, Free Transform, and that should bring the box up. Hold Shift down, grab the corner with the 2 white-ended arrows, reduce it a bit, and move it back over my A to get it roughly the same size. So I want to try and match the height. Press Enter, and then move that into place. And I'm trying to keep the same kind of border that I've got at the top here. It's hard to see with the B having a white background, but I'm trying to match that there. And I can do the same with the letter D there as well, so we'll get that open, Control A, Control C, Control V, paste it there, double click, type the letter in there, make sure I'm still on that layer, go to Edit, Free Transform, bring the box up and then hold Shift and reduce the size again. Again, just double checking the rough size there. What you'll notice, some of your letters might have a bit more of a background than others. So they might look a little bit further away, but we're trying to get the size to match, these boxes to match a little bit. So I'm happy with that. And then I can open my E and carry on. When you come to your next layer, it's still important to try and keep the size the same. So I'm going to skip my letter E for now. I'm just going to open, I've got one of the F's there already done, so I'll open that. Copy that across, Control A, Control C, and across Control V. So again, double click and then go to Free Transform again, hold Shift, reduce the size, and then again I'm hovering that over the A, reduce it so it's roughly the same height. And because I was quite careful when I was editing, trying to draw the same sort of box across the crop, they've all turned out reasonably the same kind of size. Now I'm trying to again keep the margin the same here, roughly the same margin between. And you can continue and put all your letters in. Once you've done all your letters, you can save as a JPEG. So go to here and go to, you could name that alphabet. So I've double clicked into there, called it alphabet, press OK. Go to export as JPEG. That'll show me the document if I zoom out a bit, and then you can press save. That comes down there. So that's saved as a picture. If you haven't finished and you want to come back to it, you can save it as a PSD document, which keeps all these layers separate. So a JPEG squashes them all down so they all become one layer. So you can't then kind of get to each layer separately. Whereas a PSD works in a different way. It saves as a Photoshop file. So I'm just going to do that and then I'll close it and show you it opening again. So here you can see it's a different format. It's a Photoshop document and it says alphabet PSD. I'm then going to close these two and just show you opening that PSD file and the difference. So if I go to open, go back to my downloads, so it's there, PSD alphabet. And you can notice that you've got all the separate letters showing there. What you'll also notice is if you wanted to, you can also drag in. So if I was to close that off and go to my downloads folder instead, there, I can drag that in to open it. So it's kept all my letters on separate layers. Just show you the difference between the JPEG. So if I bring the JPEG open instead, it looks the same. Oh, I've copied it into there. Let me close that one off and just show you the JPEG on its own. So it will look the same, but you'll notice it doesn't have any of the layers. So I can't move these letters around separately. They all move together with the background. So if you haven't finished, save the PSD first, and then you can open it again, and it'll have all the layers. Thank you.